Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video on Oracle Apex, you can say, or Oracle SQL. So in this we are going to discuss with clause of SQL. And when you see it, in different codes, you might be confused. What is this with clause and why we need it? How we can use it? So today we are going to discuss the with SQL clause in Oracle SQL as well as PLSQL, how we can use it and what kind of benefit we can get out of it. And then when you will learn the concepts, you can design it as per your requirements, right? So it is called as with clause, or you can call it common table expression CTE, or you can say subquery factoring. Different wordings will be available on the internet or in the documents, but you can call it, and we will be calling it with clause, right? So let's proceed, and let me give you two requirements. Now ideally you should stop here and you try it with your SQL or PLSQL, this requirement, and then we will see how you can achieve it with using with clause, right? Okay, the first requirement is write an SQL showing all those employees whose salary is greater than equal to average salary of all employees. So ideally first you need to calculate the average salary. Here I am talking about EMP table. You can take any other table, sales or whatever you have, and average salary of all them. So let's say for example if you have 10 employees, you have to first take the average salary of 10 employees. For example, it is 2000, any currency whatever you have. So now you have to find who are the employees who are having salary more than 2000, equal to and more than, right? This one. So this is first requirement. Now try, and you can pause video over here and then you can come back. We will move to the next requirement. The next requirement is write an SQL showing all those employees whose salary is greater than equal to average salary of his her department. Now we are comparing his or her salary, the employee salaries within the department. Earlier was the company, right? So let's say for example if company is having 10,000 employees, okay, fair enough. Take the average salary and then tell us who are above this or less than whatever you can generate, whatever you want to generate. But in this case, in the second requirement, we are saying no, don't check the whole company. Take the average salary of that department and give us who is more than that average salary or less than average salary. So then it's a sort of maybe comparison or analysis for the HR department. Or you can do the same in sales or different procedures. Again, you can stop over here. You can apply your logic the way you want to do or the way you were thinking. Then we will see how you can achieve this using with clause, right? Okay. Now first let us try to explore this with clause, how you can use it, what is the syntax and what are different parts of it. Okay, so if you see here, now at the moment this block is for SQL, right? So it will start with word, as you can write it capital or small, both will be recognized. Then you need to give your, this is also called temporary table. It will generate a temporary table or temporary data. So different you can imagine the way it is. So now there will be a temporary table which you can refer in your queries, right? So this is, you are saying what will be returned, the list of columns. You can provide whatever the list of columns will be there. So in my case, if it is 1, I just put it 1, and this is optional as you like. Okay, after this, if you see here, you need to add ASS, right? So with name, then if you need to give the list of the columns, and as. After as, you need brackets. So inside bracket, now here you are giving processing or subquery, right? Select, I'm saying I did round. So average salary of the whole company. Now this is for the whole company, right? Because I am not giving any group or anything, right? We'll try later. Now this is one subquery. If you have more, then you can add comma. I don't know how to write it. Comma, and same way again you will put a name here. Let's say for example you have something, you are doing some sum or whatever sum, and again the same way, right? This way. So almost you will come down here. So if you have columns list, you can put like this, right? So this is how you can give your further queries. And if you have a third one, you can put third one here as well, right? Now once these are done, what you have to do now, this is your query will be the output query out of all these calculations or whatever you can call it, all these subqueries. Here you can join, here you can take the data of all these SQLs over here, right? So for example, uh, let's say up to this, leave this the rest of the part. I said select static from emp e average salary. If you see here, now this became a table here. If you see here in this query, which is this, right? And I just gave an alias a, just average salary, so I just gave it a. So if you see here, what I give the where class, I said e dot salary is greater than equal to a dot average salary, which came from here. It came like this, up to this, and then this, right? Ideally, if you see here in this, we haven't calculated any average salary. So now I have the average salary, and it will be compared with these salaries, and it will show me all the employees who are having greater than or equal to salary of this average of the company, right? So now let's try, and we will be doing some practical. I think now with class is clear, at least concepts will be straightforward, and now we will try to do it practical, in the application. Now let's open apex.oracle.com. I have this instance over there online in Oracle Cloud, and now we will go through a with class of SQL. If you see here in my portal ERPstuff.com, I have provided a link, and here you can find the code, right, which I will be using. So nothing to write, nothing to worry, and here I have taken few samples. So let's see our first scenario. Show data of those employees who are having salary more than average of total salary, right? So now this is the query. Let me take this one, and now I will be showing you and discussing about it, right? I've just copied it. Right? Okay, now how it is working and how it is written. So first we will write with, right? And then we have to give a name. You can say this is name of a table, of a temporary table. So as you like, whatever you want to say. So this is a temporary table, and this is the column name or column list from this table, right? So let's say for example I have, first what I did, I need to calculate average salary, right, of all the employees. So what I did, select round average salary from emp. Very simple. This is my first query, right, sub query. Okay, now if you see here, after with name, this is optional, but we will keep it. It is optional. You can list if you have multiple columns, you can put it over there. And this is for this, right? Otherwise we can just like as avg underscore. So this is my column here, right? As, then you have to write as. Let me type like this, and then you have brackets. Within brackets, this is your SQL, right? Now after this you have to write your main SQL or main query using this. So here I have used, if you see here, employee table, department table, and average salary table, this one, right? Let me call it like TBL table, right? So here then I have to change it, right? I, instead of query, because I just wanted to remove this query, TBL, right? So this is my table now, right? What I'm doing here, see, department number, this is just a join, right? Employee E is employee and D is department number to get the departments from the depth table, right? Now here E dot salary is greater than A dot average salary. See, A is my this average salary table, right? This one. So if you see here, this average is coming from here, from this table or this query, right? And which I am using here. Okay. Now it is greater than average salary, right? So if you see here, these are all those employees whose salaries are more than the average salary. So average salary is 2073.21, this one, average salary. So if you see here, this salary column is greater than this average salary, right? So let me change, I will say less than. So if this is my average salary on the right, so these are salaries, or you can say employees who are having salary less than this average salary, right? So this is our first scenario or problem which we had in our presentation. So now move to the next. Now my next scenario is I need the same requirement, but it will be within the department. Now average salary need to be calculated for each department, and then I need result who are having more than average salary. So let me take this statement now. I will paste it over here, right, and run. I will show you what is the different thing in this, right? So if you see here, the within each department, so let's say for example this is accounting department. If you see here now, and research department, there are 3 employees who are having salary, average salary of this department, research department, 2175. So these 3 employees are having more salary than this average salary of the research department. And same for the sales. So for the sales, the average is this, and these 2 employees are having more salary than this average. And the same way you can put less than, up to you. So who are less than average salary. So this is a good analysis for the HR in order to analyze the employees salaries, etc. So if you see here, now in less than, now I change the condition, right? So in accounting there are 2, in research there are 2, and sales there are 4 people who are less than this average salary, right? So this is, quite easy. So in this, what I did, in this SQL, if you see here, department number, and then again I did rounding, rounding of the average salary, which I am calculating here up to 2 decimals, and then it is group by. So this query is with group by, right? Now next I did same way. I said, now since department is equal to department, right, and here I said employee salary dot employee dot SL is less than, or you can say like this, up to you. This is as per your requirements. So objective is to show you how you can use with class in your SQL, right? So this was SQL. If you see here, this is SQL, right? This is not PLSQL. So far what we practice, this is SQL. Now let me give you an example of how you can use with class in your SQL in PLSQL. So I'm just copying this one and let me remove all this, right? So this is there. In this I use for loop for I in, and this is the same for loop syntax, nothing else. Here is, I just paste it, the with class SQL, same, just copy paste, right? Nothing up to this, because this is loop. These brackets are of loop, right? So same way I just copy it over here, and then down if you see here I am saying I dot e name. So this is my result, right? So resultant query will be this one, if you see here. So these I can now use. These are the column names. I included just 3. I can include more as well. Up to you, up to me, nothing to worry. So these are the 3 columns, and if you see here I use this with, since I is my loop uh, initiator. So here you can say I dot e name, I dot salary, I dot average salary. So this is how you can use, and if required, if you feel that your query will be returning single record, let me show you what you can do. Then this will be PLSQL, right? Then you need like this, you can do like this one, into, right? Now I'm not using loop. So for example, you have these variables, but in my case it is returning more than one, so it will not be a valid into, right? So I'm saying, let's say I have variables, and here you can get the result, and then you can use these variables over here after this query, and here you have to close this statement, and that's it. I think in PLSQL it is also straightforward. So just give a try, because sometimes you need why it is complicated, but benefit of this with class you will be feeling once you will use it, right? There can be different scenarios, you can find the way forward. So let's say for example, result of one SQL you want to use in another SQL, so within one SQL you are doing everything. It will give you a performance um, advantage, and you will have a better code. So instead of using multiple SQLs, getting result in one, then using that in another one, you know, if you see here, this can be, let me take that example, let me show you just a quick one. Now this can be an easy argument that yes, we can do it like this. So what I will do, first I will take this one, into, with into, right? Into, let's say v average. Then uh, another SQL where you can say select, I'm not using into at the moment, where cell is greater than v underscore avg. Yeah, but these are simple SQLs which I shared. You shouldn't think the strength of with, or analyze the strength of with using these SQL, because these are just simple to give you an idea that how you can use the with class, right? So you will have the complex SQLs. You don't want to call SQLs again and again. You will write statement, query statement, and you want to use another query result of one, you want to use another one. So you will have complex SQL. So this is, I just showed you one. You can have multiple SQLs within one with, and then you can have final resultant SQL. This is the last one. If I break like this, it will be like this. Let me put it like this, right? So if I even remove this one just to avoid confusion, like this, right? This will work. Okay, so this width, name, a list of columns. So let's say, for example, if I have group by, so here I will have the department number as well, right? Let me show you here. See here, department number. So okay, let me take this one because I just wanted to clear this point to avoid any confusion. Let me remove it. So here I have two columns, right? If you see, but I haven't used here a list of columns. So now I'm going to use it, department number, comma, AVG salary, sorry, SL salary, this way, right? Because this will be output from here, and from here it will be used in our main query. Here you can use them, and one of them we used here, right? A is because here I used a alias of this output or temporary table or with class output, right, from here, right? Please try and try to learn something new of course, and don't think it is confusing or it is tough or it is difficult, because once you will have the good concepts, then you can use as per your scenarios, as per your requirements, and it will give you benefit for sure, right? Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.